So in the culture today, Ivory, people are demanding that we use the preferred pronouns that people want to go by. So my question is, that seems to me to be a unilateral thing, where you are projecting your beliefs on me, something that I haven't agreed to. So why should I accede to those demands? I'm curious about this. It's an honest question.
If I were talking about you to another person, should I call you she or he?
I don't insist that people use pronouns for me. It's a category that I do not demand of another person. And so my question is, why should you demand that of me?
Define pronouns?
Everybody knows what a pronoun is. He,
Yeah.
she, they, them.
I, you,
Okay, keep going.
we, us, thou. That's an old one.
Sure.
It meant singular you. But then we decided that,
But the question is, we're getting away from the question is,
Language
Ivory.
evolves. I don't have to call thou a thou
Yeah.
because you're a singular person.
But the question is, I don't believe that we need to refer to people in their pronouns. Why would you demand that of me or anybody else?
Oh, so you don't mind being called they or she?
I have not said that is something that should even be involved in the conversation.
So,
Why should the conversation include pronouns? If it naturally flows, if you were to say to me, Patrick, I know that you are a man, and he and him, they would agree with that. I don't have a problem with that. But if you were to say, Patrick, can I refer to you as she and hers? I would say that's just butchering the English grammar. There's no point in it. It's incoherent.
oh, it's also a pronoun. So, a pronoun is a word you use when you don't want to use the word that you're implying. For example, somebody's name. So, telling you that your name is really Patricia is along the same lines. Correct?
No.
Do you,
My name is not Patricia.
do you demand that you be called Patrick then?
No, I don't demand it, no.
So,
I think that out of courtesy, that's what people should do.
so you believe that out of courtesy people should use the correct noun? But
No,
not-
we're not talking about that. We're talking about my actual name.
Your name is a
Patrick.
noun.
Okay, so my name is a noun. So we're actually talking about my name. I would, out of courtesy, I'd ask people call me by my name. Yes, but I would never, in a million years, say my pronouns are he and him. Please refer to me as that. I would never do that.
So you don't want to be referred to as he and him?
Not in a demanding type way. No, if it's in the context of the example that I just gave, okay.
If somebody called your dog a she and you call your dog a he, would you correct them?
Sure.
Are you demanding that they call you something else?
No.
Are you
I'm-
demanding that
no,
they
I'm not
call
demanding.
the dog something
But see,
else?
that's the point. The point is that the culture that is wanting us to refer to them by pronouns are demanding it in a unilateral way. There's no discussion involved. And so what I'm saying, why can't there be a discussion? Why can't I say, you know what, I don't believe in that, I'm not going to use those? Why can't I do that?
So, if it's simple and common, if it's a dog who doesn't care, why is it demanding and rude if it's a person who does care?
But this is a unilateral thing. I don't care. I don't care about pronouns. And nobody is going to demand of me to use a person's preferred pronouns. I'm never going to do it. Why should I accede to that?
So you would call me a he because my preferred pronouns are a she?
That's not the point, and you know it.
I had an uncle like that. He decided he would call everybody the opposite of their preferred pronouns.
Right.
It was so frustrating. Would you like that if all your family members, or even one of your family members, called you just she and her all the time, every day?
No. No.
So you understand trans people?
No.
Trans people are people
No,
who...
I understand male and female. See, I don't accept these labels. There's two genders, male and female, and you haven't given me an example of anything else.
You've been relying entirely on chromosomes to prove your point, and you're just wrong.
Why am I wrong?
Because intersex people exist.
Scientifically, if you're a human with exactly two X chromosomes, you're a female. If you're a human and have one X and one Y chromosome, you're a male. Humans have X and Y chromosomes. No third type of chromosome is found in the nucleus of each human cell. If you have any other combination of X and Y chromosomes, which is a very rare but true condition, then you have a genetic disorder, and it's unlikely that your sexuality will develop properly. These extra chromosome mutations do not make up an extra gender. Intersex is the condition most often cited as proof of a third gender, as Ivory just did. An intersex person can include an infant born with both ovaries and testicles and has both male and female sex organs, or a genetic female with male external sex organs, or a genetic male with external sex organs that fail to develop properly. The Mayo Clinic cites intersex as ambiguous genitalia that results in a disorder of sex development. In an article on the same website, doctors report that the intersex condition is a disruption of the normal XX female and XY male chromosomes. As a result, there is mutations in certain genes and chromosomal abnormalities. So intersex, again, is not a third gender, but a genetic or birth defect. Biblically, gender should be understood by Jesus himself, who clearly told us that God created us from the beginning, male and female. People can throw themselves and others into confusion by claiming there are more than two genders. They can come up with all the labels they want, but things like demigirl, masculine of center, and feminine of center are not genders, but just made-up labels. We as Christians must hold fast to what God has already told us about this. God created no gender-neutral humans. Gender is not a social construct, nor is it assigned. It is part of God's design, profoundly grounded in the created order and woven into the fabric of reality. But many still reject that reality. As Ivory and others promoting this radical extra gender and pronoun agenda appeal to cultural social norms.
It's just social norms.
Right. Social norms as of 15 seconds ago. As of 15 seconds ago, we never did this.
What do you mean?
Up until the Obergefell decision, you know what that was?
No.
Okay, in 2015, when same-sex marriage was declared legal by the Supreme Court, they moved on to the T in the LGBTQ. They moved on to transgender issues. And then all of a sudden, pronouns came up, and all these other issues came up. And this, in the context of the decades and centuries and millennia, this was 15 seconds ago. That's what I mean.
I know.
Hey, listen, Ivory.
I'm just pointing out that we are both white people and thus uninformed generally on the topic.
Yeah. What's going to happen to you when you die?
I die?
You go into the ground?
I reunite with the planet.
You're eaten by worms?
Sure.
Where's the hope in that?
Your right hand and your left hand were likely made out of atoms born in two different stars.
Yeah. Well, here's where I would differ with you. God created us in His image, and He created us to have eternity with Him. And the only way that can happen is in the provision of His Son, Jesus Christ, who He sent as a substitute for us. God made Jesus, who had no sin, to be sin for us, so through Him we can take on the righteousness of God. And my prayer is that God will open up your eyes and your ears and take the veil off of your face so that you can understand who Jesus Christ is. And we thank you for the conversation today, Ivory.
I have one last point.
Okay, go ahead. You get the last word.
I look at the sky, and I look at the trees, and I look all around me, and I see hope. I hope one day you'll see it too.
Okay, thank you.